Today I'm reviewing this Asus TUF Gaming M3 Gen 2 gaming mouse. I bought it in December from Game Street because, well, I wanted a mouse to match my keyboard and I felt that this was quite decent value for money. I got it for about 9,500 Sri Lankan rupees. It is a gaming mouse, it's wired and it has got changeable RGB color lighting on it. It's got programmable buttons. So yeah, pretty much anything that a gamer or content creator would want in a mouse. Let's talk a bit about its features. First, it says it's got an ultralight ergonomic design, IP56 dust and water resistance, protective coating guards against spills and sweaty palms. Now that's good because I do sweat, so that's a nice thing to note for this mouse. Here it is, by the way, plugged into my computer. You can hopefully see the colors changing. It is, yeah, it's pretty much your basic 2-button mouse with a scroll wheel, a DPI change button that changes the sensitivity of the mouse basically, and you've got 2 more buttons on the side here. I'll be talking more about those things when I give you a bit of a demonstration of the mouse's features. It also says that it has long-lasting switches that supposedly have a 60 million click lifespan. I don't know if we'll ever reach that. Who knows, we might. I mean, we probably click our mice hundreds of times per day. You just don't notice it. So who knows? Teflon feet, and yes, that is very apparent in the way it glides along here. So that's nice. 1000 Hertz polling rate. Okay, all the usual stuff is there. Asus antibacterial guard. I don't know what that is or how effective it is or what it does, but to me it's like any other mouse basically. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. Right, so let's see what do we get in the M3's package. You can see it's brand new, it's still in the polythene. Let's get that off as soon as possible, out of the way. Okay, so it's got Asus antibacterial guard, that's nice. Aura sync, okay, I'm already familiar with that since I have the keyboard for it too. Ultralight ergonomic design, IP56 dust and water resistance, antibacterial, long lasting switches, that's important. Wired, 8000 dpi, okay. What do we get inside? A mouse, a quick start guide and a warranty booklet. Okay, let's open it up because that's what we are ultimately here for, isn't it? Okay, does it seem to be taped anywhere? Yes, it is. Okay, let's cut the tape on the sides like that. One side and the other side. Very thick and nice cardboard. First we find the cable, followed by the mouse. Then we have the little booklets inside. It's quite a nice box with different sections. Put that aside for now. M3 Gen 1 optical gaming mouse. Let's see what that says. Okay, it's telling me the mouse features. Let me bring that closer for you. Okay, we've got some stuff that's numbered there. Let's see. Left click button, scroll wheel, right click button, DPI, side button, USB 2 connect, optical sensor, stuff you already know about. Warranty card booklet, that's massive because it's in a whole bunch of different languages. And anyway, this has a 1-year warranty from the shop I bought it from, which is Game Street, so I can rely on that if anything does go wrong. Let's take that off. Here's the USB cable, regular USB cable, nothing much to talk about there. Pleasant rubberized finish. Finally, the mouse itself. First impressions, it's very nice in the hand. Okay, the bottom says TUF Gaming M3 Gen 2 optical gaming mouse. Gaming mouse repeated again there. We've got the Teflon feet which feel very slippery. That's good. That means it will really glide over the surface I use, which is actually a leather desk pad. Yeah, that feels quite nice. Good clicky action there. So we've got a button there. Do we have no, we don't have sideways motion, but we do have 2 side keys. They feel slightly mushy, not totally positive response as I would have liked, but that's okay, I guess. This is not a top end mouse after all. So let's connect it up and see what happens. Right, so very quickly I'm just going to show you a bit about the Asus Armoury Crate app which you use to adjust settings for your Asus gaming keyboard as well as the mouse. So I've got the app open here, it's on my main monitor. So here if you click to your devices, you can see the two devices there. Gaming K1 is the keyboard, M3 Gen 2 is the mouse. Click it. Okay, there's a device update, I'm going to update that later. It's always good to update your devices. Now it's loading the mouse settings. You can see here we have buttons that allows us to define what the buttons do. Performance. Now this is where I can set my DPI settings. I've eventually settled on 1800 DPI, but for now I'm just keeping it at these two to show you the difference. You have a DPI change notification, lighting, so you can see the lighting is on. We've got basic effects, we've got color cycle. Let's go for breathing and I can show you what the mouse does in breathing mode. Yeah, you can see it's like just like it's breathing basically. Now let's go and have a look at something like color cycle, which is what I keep it at anyway. So you can see it cycles through all preset colors. You can also define custom colors, which I haven't done yet. Then we have things like the calibration of the mouse. I haven't touched that because, well, it came perfectly fine. I didn't need to do that. Finally, you've got the firmware update, which I will be doing later. But for now, I've got to say this mouse has pretty good performance. It slides very nicely. The buttons all easily fall to hand. I like the color effects. Goes very well with the keyboard. But then again, I guess since they are most likely from the same family, they are designed to work with each other. So there you are. That is a bit of the customization that you can do with this Asus TUF Gaming M3 Gen 2 gaming mouse. So here we are at the conclusion of this review of the Asus TUF Gaming M3 Gen 2 gaming mouse. I've been using it since around mid-December, and well, when you see this review, it will be most likely the 12th of February, which means almost 2 months of use. I think that's reasonable, and in those 2 months of use, barring a few days when I wasn't using the computer, it's been a really good performer. I mean, I like it. I like this mouse. It's got the perfect weight in a way. It's not too heavy, it's not too light either. Those Teflon feet really do make it easy on this leather desk pad that I have here. Haven't had to even clean them. I think they are dust repellent, or I just keep my computer section clean anyway. I like the fact that the scroll wheel is very responsive. One thing I had to get used to coming from a Logitech mouse though is that on the Logitech mouse you can just flip the wheel left and right for back or forward when browsing the web, for example, but here back and forward have been assigned to these side keys, the programmable keys. So I'm used to it now, but it took me a few tries for the first few days trying to flip the wheel back or forward before realizing, hang on, it's on the thumb controls now, it's no longer on the wheel. But that's fine, that's not a big issue. I'm used to it now. I also like the fact that the wire doesn't really get in the way or seem to have much resistance to moving the mouse. You know, some mice, the wire is quite stiff, and when you're moving the mouse, it's actually the wire that constrains your movement. No such thing here. And finally, I mean, it's been a great performer. I haven't had any lags with it. It's wired, of course, but it goes through a USB hub. So there is an intermediate component there, but no lags, no stuttering, works perfectly well. And that's important for me because let me just tell you a little something about the Logitech wireless mouse I had before. It's a 2.4 gigahertz, I think, radio frequency it uses, which is similar to what home Wi-Fi uses. So I had an interesting situation where when I'm using the Wi-Fi heavily, like downloading a file or uploading a large file to my cloud storage or that kind of thing, my mouse would start stuttering, the Logitech wireless mouse that is. And research online said that it's operating on a channel that is close to your Wi-Fi channel. You know, Wi-Fi has various channels. I'm not going to go into it here, you can read about it elsewhere. But the mouse and the Wi-Fi channel band or whatever was too close. Now, I couldn't change the mouse's channel. I couldn't find a way to do that in the Logitech app. And I couldn't change my home Wi-Fi channel because I've set that channel to be the most productive, if you will, for my area. You see, in your neighborhood, there are so many Wi-Fi networks there that you will want to adjust your channel accordingly to one which doesn't overlap with your neighbor's channel. Because if there's overlap, then your Wi-Fi is going to suffer as a result because there's going to be confusion. Think about it kind of like, I don't know, many people trying to drive up in different ways down a one-way road. Very rough analogy. So that's a problem I live with my Logitech mouse for years. For years, literally, if I'm doing something that involves uploading a large file, I would just wait till that file was done before working on the computer. But well, it takes a few seconds or a minute at most because I have fiber optic internet, but still, it was an inconvenience. Now that inconvenience is gone. So that's just something for you. If you've got a wireless mouse and you're wondering why it randomly seems to stutter, it might be conflicting with your Wi-Fi. So that's that. That problem is solved for me. And well, to sum up, it's been a great little purchase. So far so good. I'm using it at a medium DPI setting, I think about 1800 DPI, which is more than enough sensitivity for me. You can go up to, I believe, 3200 DPI, which means that one imperceptible movement of your hand will send the cursor flying across the screen. I don't need that level of sensitivity, so this is perfectly fine for me. So there you are, my review of the Asus TUF Gaming M3 Gen 2 gaming mouse. Excellent little product. I hope it will last long. Certainly hope it will last longer than that piece of garbage K780 I told you about earlier. But for now, I got a good feeling about these things. And another side effect is that my entire setup is Asus now. Asus laptop, Asus monitor, Asus keyboard, Asus mouse. So there you are. Stay tuned for more exciting videos and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.